Now, a Thunder Report from 107.7 The Franchise.
Greetings, Thunder fans. Oklahoma City was gritty and gutsy when they needed to be, and they were eloquent when they needed to be. And in the end, they go on a 14-7 run to put away the Clippers tonight, 118-112 to take a 2-1 lead in the best-of-7 series. Let's go to the podium now and start off with Thunder head coach Scott Brooks.
Well, I thought we did a good job of staying or playing with poise throughout the game. It was a game of runs. Both teams were attacking. Both teams were very aggressive, and both teams were moving the basketball. So it was a very difficult challenge to guard tonight. But I thought we did a good job of staying together. In that fourth quarter, our defense went up another level, and then we made some big shots. I thought CB Caron came in and really did a good job on some of their defensive actions. Russell was finding guys. Reggie came in and played like we knew that he's capable of playing. He had a couple of rough shooting games, but he came back, bounced back with the right frame of mind, and gave himself a chance to have a good game. But I thought everybody chipped in to help us win this game.
Scott, to your immediate right, I know that you felt all along that this team had a lot of heart and played with a lot of grit, but the way they were challenged in the first round and now again in the second, are they showing you anything that you didn't know was there before?
Well, one of the things I always say about our group is that we're very competitive, and we're competitive every game of the year. We have a mentality that every game is a big game. Our job is to play for each other and play hard for 82 games, and in practice is the same way. The only way you get better as a team is you compete on the practice floor. And we knew going into the Memphis series that it was going to be a tough series. It seems like every time we play that team, it's a physical game down to the last minutes. And we know the Clippers are a loaded team. They're deep. They got a lot of offensive firepower. And we knew going into the series that they're very good. But it's always, like I've said to our guys, it's the first of four. It's not the first of two. And we got to stay focused and come back Sunday afternoon and play better.
Coach, Michael Kennedy, Norman Transcript. Just what does it say about your team that despite the physical play, despite the theatrics going on, that they were still able to keep composed and be able to win it in the end?
Well, you have to be able to do that to win playoff games. You have to overcome the ups and downs of the game. I thought we did a good job of staying focused. A couple of times we had a few breakdowns, but when you're having two competitive teams go at each other, you can't expect perfect execution, but you can expect effort. And I thought our guys gave us great effort. Russell was really good. He had control and command of the game, nearly a triple-double. Kevin was obviously had an offensive rhythm, and we got to the free throw line. I mean, both teams made their free throws tonight, but we got to the free throw line. That's something that we always want to get into our game.
Scott, when you guys picked up Caron, what did you think you were getting, and what did you kind of envision him adding to your team?
Well, we're a guy with high character, a guy that's been there before, a guy that knows how to play and makes big shots. He hasn't shot the ball well, but you're going to have that as a player, as a team, but you have to have a foundation to know that, I've been there, it's going to turn for me, and it did for him tonight. And our guys, one thing I love about our guys, we never lose confidence in each other. And when Caron was open, we found him on time, on target immediately, and that's a good basketball decisions that we made tonight with him.
Serge had a rough playoff last year. Have you seen anything change with the way he's approached it this time around?
No, I think I had the rough playoff last year. I mean, I thought Serge, Serge has gotten better every year. He still has a few more levels that he will get to. He's a developing player. He competes, and that's what I love about Serge Ibaka. He competes. He plays with every ounce of fiber he has for his team. He's really developed a nice mid-range shot. He's stepped it out from three. He's rebounding better. Every year he's gotten better, and that's what we want to do as an organization, is develop our guys year by year. I don't worry about what happened last year. We're focused on this year. Now our attention is, we turn the page. We're focused on Game 4.
Scott, it can't go unnoticed. Other guys played well, but Kevin throughout the game was just, he had some big time shots. He took smaller guys in the post and really just kind of was a constant, seemed like, throughout the entire game tonight.
Yeah, it's hard to not talk about. I don't even know if I even mentioned him yet. He's a guy that can impact the game on the defensive end. Impact with the rebounds, 8 defensive rebounds. He impacted on making plays for each other. He had 6 assists. He had a block, and obviously he's a scorer. He can make shots. But I thought tonight he did a great job of cutting hard and setting himself up to get open looks, or better looks than he has had. Great player, great teammate. I love the way he played tonight. You can talk about many parts of his game, and that's what he does. He fills the stat sheet up, and he did it again tonight.
Coach, Kurt Sandoval from ABC7. 5 minutes left in this game. It's still anybody's game. You guys are down a point. What did you see in the final 5 minutes where you guys went on that 14-7 run, and how much of that was experience?
Well, we have experience, but you still have to be able to execute, and you have to make some shots. We made some shots. I thought, we stayed small, and they have some tough decisions to make with who they put their big on. And I thought Karan did a great job of really being disciplined in our offense and being ready to step up and to make the shots. And then Kevin hit obviously a tough shot over the top on the right elbow or the right wing. But I thought we did a good job of executing down the stretch. And that's what you have to do. There's going to be many, many playoff games that are going to come down to the last 5 minutes.
Dean Blevins, News 9, Oklahoma City, CBS. Scott, your guys could have lost poise a couple of times. I know there was a foul on a 3-ball, and maybe some times that in other years, it seems like when you were younger, emotion may have gotten involved. Can you speak to that? And also, you put now together 4 or 5 really good games. Talk about just your overall confidence of where you are.
Well, you can't worry about calls. That's part of the game. We all have a job to do. I have a job, players and the crew. And I thought we really did a good job of really staying focused and staying on the task at hand, and that is to win the basketball game. And we've had a lot of years of experience. This core has been together for a while, and we've added a few players along the way. But I thought our guys did a good job of maintaining and defensively in that fourth quarter, and we really stepped up and made them take a lot of tough shots.
Coach, can you talk about Westbrook's performance tonight?
It was vintage Russell. He's another guy that fills up the stat sheet. He plays the game the right way, and that's hard. Plays with a lot of effort, and that to me, a lot of times that gets not talked about with Russell. He plays hard, and you can go around the league and you want all your players to play that way. And Russell plays hard. His setups and his attacks and his rebounding, his defense, he's guarding one of the best point guards in the league, and that's not an easy job. But he rebounds, he competes, and he plays for his team, and that's all I care about. Russell, you play for your team, and he does.
Coach, it seemed like in the second half you guys got a lot more physical. Was that something you spoke about to them at halftime in the locker room?
I think both teams play a physical, demanding style of play. Both teams can really score, and they can score in transition. Both teams can score in half court. It takes a lot of not only the physical demand, the mental stress that each team puts on each other. We have teams full of scorers, and so you have to make tough decisions. But I thought both teams played physical. I don't think one team played more than the other.
Gary George, Inland Valley News. Coach, talk about the fact that, Sergi was in foul trouble, and how concerned were you with the fact that he could have gotten out with Blake attacking in the middle?
That's a good point, and I will say this. I'm proud of Serge because there's in a couple of years ago, if he would have got 2 quick fouls, and his game would have been a little dicey coming back in, but he competed. He wasn't worried about his fouls. As you know, it's a handful to guard Griffin down low. He backs you in and he powers through you. But I thought he did a good job of playing when he had the fouls, and that's a sign of growth with Serge Ibaka, that he continued to play through and not worried about his foul situations. Thanks, Coach. You guys have a good night. See you Sunday.
Doc, what did you feel like broke down for you guys in the fourth quarter?
Our defense. I didn't think it was the fourth quarter. I thought it was for 4 quarters. We just didn't have a great defensive game, and I think a lot of that I got to do a better job of making sure we're in a better spot defensively. If somebody's scoring 118 points, we obviously have to play defense better, and then obviously have to coach defense better because neither team played a lot of defense tonight. We had 112 points, and they are a very good offensive team, and so are we. But I thought, they did enough. They shot above 50%. We didn't, and I thought that was the difference in the game. But they got everything. They got threes. They got layups. They got key second shots. Down the stretch, they made every big play. Every shot that they needed went in. We had shots, too, and they didn't go in. But I just thought we put way too much pressure on our offense because our defense wasn't working.
Doc, how much of that started at the point of attack and getting beat off the dribble? Is that where kind of things started to go wrong?
Yeah, some of it was. And then they were dragging us a lot, off the pick and rolls, which strung us out, and now we're in rotation. Left Karan open, who made a couple of big shots. So, it hurt us.
Coach, you got big numbers out of Blake.
Yeah.
Serge had a big game on the other side. How do you look at how much you improved inside and moving forward?
Well, we improved. I mean, we got Blake was efficient. We got him in the right spots tonight. I thought he faced. I thought whenever he faces an attack, I think it's very difficult to guard him. So we did a really good job there. Serge made shots, and again, I think that's on our rotations and our defense. And we have to do a better job of getting to him.
Doc, for the second straight game, they got points from others, and it wasn't just Westbrook and Durant.
Yeah, well, Serge was one, and that was out of rotation, and then Karan was the other one. But all of them played well. They played well today. They really did. I thought offensively we played good, but defensively we didn't.
Doc, talk about as far as the fact that, offensively trying to contain them. I'm back here, Doc.
Okay.
Talk about, how much of a fact that it was fatigue that may have set in. And
I don't buy into fatigue. I think they're just as tired as us. 7-game series they went through. We've gone through it. So, you never use that. Everybody's tired right now. Both teams are tired. Both teams in the East and the West all over are tired. So fatigue cannot be used. We just have to be mentally tougher. You can't be tired.
Right. What do you do to turn this around and to inject,
Well, we just have to be better defensively. I have to do a better job tonight watching film. And, obviously you don't want to recreate the wheel. You don't want to do a lot of changes. But there's a couple things we have to do in pick and roll coverage to improve. And that's about it.
Coach, is their physicality inside affecting your guys' ability to finish consistently?
We didn't finish a lot at the basket, and I think they hurt us. I don't know what the points in the paint was. My guess is they crushed us there, but I'm not so sure. I don't know if it is or not. I mean, we're getting to the basket. That's what you want to do, but we did miss a lot we missed a lot of shots, at the rim, wide open threes. But it's always, the way I look at it, it's always going to be a make-miss league, no matter what. And that's why you have to lean on your defense so you can fortunately help the other team miss more, So you can have a game where you get great shots all game and not make them, and you can still win the game if you do your defensive stuff.
Hey, Doc, what's the biggest issue defensively? It was trust in the past. Is that still something?
No. We pick and roll coverage. We have to do a better job of it. So, but overall, we've been pretty good in defense throughout until tonight. And we got blitz.
Doc, as physical as this game is getting right now, or as this series is getting, you okay with your team's poise?
Yeah, I thought we were okay. The only thing I didn't like is I thought we were frustrated when they scored, which is a good. You want them to be, but you got to keep playing. And I thought there was some residual, one guy knows that the defense broke down because there was somebody else, and instead of just keep playing, you just felt like they had to tell him. And I'm thinking, okay, let's tell him later, but let's just keep playing. I thought, and it's human nature. Guys want to win. They all want to win. Both teams want to win, and so I get that, and I have no problem with that. But we got to move past that.
What allowed you guys to win the game tonight?
I think just coming in with a defensive mindset. I thought we did a great job, especially to open the quarter. Just locked in on what they do as a team, and just being ready to play.
Throughout all the physicalities of the game, especially in the second half, how did you guys remain poised enough to get the job done and still remain focused on the task at hand?
This thing's sticking together. Throughout the game, you're gonna have some ups and downs, but as a great team, stick together. And I thought we did a good job, but just having each other's back. Staying close with each other regardless of what was going on, and just playing through all of it.
That first loss definitely wasn't our brand of basketball, and we knew that this team is a really great passing team, and they play well together, and they move the ball. And in that first game, they picked us apart. And the second game, we just wanted to be focused on all their sets, be physical with them on the defensive end, and play as hard as we can. We know that it's going to be tough, especially coming in this environment. But I think we did a good job of weathering storms throughout the game and sticking together. And we don't have to do that even more next game if we want to win. It's going to be probably the toughest game of the series.
Russ, it seems like when your shot total has come down, you're on a a triple-double by the end of the third quarter every night. Do you see any correlation there? Because your totals your field goal attempts are down.
No, I mean, just taking what the defense gives me. My job is to run my team, regardless of what's going on. Stay aggressive, but also, try to find a way to get guys involved and get them open. And, I think, Kevin, Karan, Serge, guys, Tabo made some big shots and, make it easy for me.
Kevin, there's a lot of words used by Scott tonight, like focus and poise and composure. Do you guys have more of those intangibles this season than in the past, and where did that come from?
Just experience. You grow from experience, and I think having been here before has helped us all out. Reggie, doing what he had to do last year when Russell was out. Serge playing in big games. Russell playing in big games. Myself, Perk, all the way down the line. And just helping the younger guys as well. I think Steven is growing every single day, so that experience is helping us out. And we got to continue to rely on it, but also make sure we come out with the right mindset every single game. Yeah, we've grown a lot in that area. We can be a lot better. There's times where we can definitely grow from our mistakes, but we've grown in the leaps and bounds from where we were before.
Kevin, you had an emotional MVP award ceremony. Do you feel like the team is better connected from that? You've been playing better since the ceremony. You think that there's better connectivity between the players?
I think us losing game one left a sour taste in our mouth, and we want to get beat like that again. So, even if I wouldn't have had that long speech, we still would have came out with more focus and more energy in game two after losing so bad in game one. So we can't be a happy team. We got to still play with that chip on our shoulder in game four.
Scott talked about how Serge has grown. Said in the past he would have not played as well after picking up 2 fouls in the first half, but he kept coming. Obviously, he was a big key for you guys tonight.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job of being focused. Like Coach mentioned, earlier, just staying focused on what the task at hand is. Sometimes you're gonna have early fouls, sometimes you're gonna get in foul trouble, but you got to find a way to put your imprint on the game. And I thought he did a good job of just being solid with Blake, making him make tough shots and also knocking down some shots as well.
Kevin, you were kind of able to orchestrate and get Karan a few big buckets late in that fourth quarter. What was kind of your mentality or game plan just in playmaking?
Well, I looked to score first. But they did a good job of showing me a good picture, and Karan was doing a great job of spacing, and Serge set some good picks for him. And he's been doing what he's been doing for a while, is knocking down those shots, and we trust him to hit those shots, and we want to always go to him no matter what if he's open. So he made some big shots for us tonight.
Russell, this is more towards you. Kind of following up on that earlier question that Eric asked, has it made a difference for you since the speech and what you've seen with the teammates in terms of bonding and fighting for Kevin? And has that changed at all in the last few days?
Like Kevin said, man, I mean, we got embarrassed on our home floor. We kind of took that, pretty hard. And, obviously Kevin's speech was one of the best of all time. And, it definitely brought us closer as a unit. And we wanted to come out and play better. And I think we've been doing that since then.
Yeah, guys, the score got 108-107. Russell, you hit a big three-pointer from the top of the key, and then they missed, and then Kevin, you hit that fall away from the right wing. Can you talk about those two plays, what you saw, and why you guys decided to make those plays?
Just being patient, running our sets. I saw that they were switching towards the end of the game, and I tried to take advantage of it. And as you guys know, when the time to score, we get the ball to Kevin, and he does what he does. So that easy.
Guys, Perk did a great job, but you also got Steven Adams is emerging. Can you talk about what you got out of him tonight, KD?
Well, all our bigs play extremely hard, and they have a good chemistry on both ends of the floor. I think Perk did a great job of setting the tone for our bigs, him and Serge, and then Nick and Steven did a great job coming off. And Steven is growing every single game. He's learning from one of the best defensive centers in the league, and Perk and Nick, and he's just following their lead and coming out and playing extremely hard. And tonight, he was good for us, and we're gonna need him to be better. And he has another level he can go to as well, and we're excited about it.
Rush, you're at about 28, 10, and 9, I think, averages the last 6 games. Is this the best zone you've ever felt, consistently under control, that kind of thing?
Not sure, but, just trying to win, regardless of, what happened or what the numbers look like. As long as it says Thunder win, I'm happy with whatever happens.
After going to the finals 2 years ago, after what happened to Russ last year for you guys, just how much is your thirst right now and to try to win one after what you guys have been through?
We definitely want to win one, but we're just trying to take it a day at a time, not trying to think too far down the line. We know how tough this road is, and we've been to the finals before. But every game is tough, every possession is tough. So we try not to think too far down the line, just worry about today. And everybody's doing a great job of that. And our coach is doing a great job of it. And, we play hard, and, we believe in each other. So, we believe anything can happen.
Doc talked about this game being lost on the defensive end. Do you agree with that?
No question. We've been a team that, regardless how the first 3 quarters it went, or even the first 6-7 minutes of the fourth quarter, we relied on stops down the stretch. And tonight we didn't do that. We didn't get stops. We obviously scored enough points to win, but Russ hit a big 3 when they were up 1, and KD hit a tough one on the right wing, and we used to getting stops in those situations, and we didn't tonight.
Chris, you're not playing like you're hurt, but are you slowed at all with that hamstring?
No, I'm cool.
Yeah, Chris, the Thunder went with a small lineup most of the fourth quarter, maybe all the fourth quarter. You guys got it into Blake a bunch in that quarter, but when they do that, they're good on offense, sometimes susceptible on defense. Did you take enough advantage of their small lineup in the fourth quarter?
Somewhat, but Karan hit a couple big shots there, down the stretch. But we did what we wanted to. As far as on the offensive end, we had a lot of good looks, a lot of shots that went in and out. But defensively, it just came down to the defensive end. We didn't get stops when we needed to. We never really made them fill us.
Chris, you guys had a terrific Game 1 victory, and now you've lost 2 in a row. I'm sure that might make you guys down psychologically a little bit. How do you overcome that for Game 4?
Just come out ready to play. You know, it's a tough one here, but we need to get Game 4. You know, it's like a must-win for us, a big game for us. We knew that we were going to have to win at least 1 there, and now we're going to have to win 2 there, but we need to start off with a Game 4 win here at home.
What's the breakdown defensively? Is there one thing in particular that's going
You know, I think first of all, I got to try to keep Russ in front of me. It's tough because, you know, he's sort of all over the place and coming downhill all the time, and you just never know when they're going to call a foul on you and stuff like that. So we just got to not even worry about that. You know, I just got to defend him better and then try to keep him off the free throw line, him and KD.
Is this as good or under control as you've seen Russ as far as, you know, only 14 shots, 13 assists tonight, just as a pure point guard?
I don't know. It's not up to me to judge him. You know what I mean? I play against him. I could care less what he does. You know what I mean? So for me, I just go out there and compete and do what I'm supposed to do.
That's tough. Of a guard that you've ever had? Guard
I don't know, man. I don't know.
One of the big themes going into the game right here is that Russ, KD get theirs, but shut everybody off. The last 2 games, the others have got. Karan's got 14. Reggie Jackson had 14. How do you guys shut the other guys off? Surge 20 tonight.
That's I'm sure that's something we'll talk about. You know, we're used to, you know, seeing those guys put up a lot of shots, but they found a way to get their teammates involved, and you know, it's got to be one or the other, or just control everybody. So we'll go back to the drawing board and figure it out.
Hey, Blake, Doc talked about the game being lost on the defensive end. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, especially on the stretch, you know, they got to the spots they wanted. They hit shots, and you know, we didn't come up with stops and scrambled around too much on our rotations.
Is there one thing defensively that you guys have to shore up or anything like that?
You know, early I thought we allowed too many easy baskets. You know, dunks, layups, and I think we gotta do a better job on the boards. We gotta win the battle on the boards, offensively, defensively, all that.
Blake, can you walk through? You got hit pretty hard in the nose at some point. You were bleeding. Can you see there was no foul call? What did you see or what did you perceive?
I got hit. Took like an elbow to the nose, but when I asked him about it, he said I ran my face into his elbow, so I got to be careful where I put my face.
Blake, I know it's hard to be happy about anything with a loss, but you had a much better game personally. Does that give you some hope for the future of this series, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, being aggressive, attacking early and facing up and trying to take it, trying to be the aggressive one. But like you said, I mean, it doesn't mean much if you don't get a win. But you know,
Blake, over here, BT. Chris called Game 4 a must-win game. Do you view it the same way? Because if you don't, you go back there down 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, that puts us in a tough hole. I mean, you got to even the series up. You know, we went there and got one. Obviously, they got one here, so you know we need to come out and have a good showing. I mean, obviously, it's you know, not a must-win in terms of, you know, if you lose, you go home, but it is, and that's the way it should be in our minds.
Hey, Blake, you guys got out-rebounded again for the 3rd straight game. What is the difference? Is it their quickness after they shoot, or what's the difference? Why is it that you guys can't get to the rebound before they do?
I thought we just did a poor job of putting a body on people. I mean, rebounding is really about just going and getting it. I mean, sometimes, you know, there's rebounds here and there where it's a bad bounce, but for the most part, it's about going and getting it, and you know, we got to do a better job with that.
Blake, they've gotten quite a bit out of Steven Adams, although he hasn't played a lot of minutes. How do you assess his game and what you guys need to do with him?
Just be physical. I mean, keep him away from the basket. That's pretty much it. Keep him off the offensive glass.
That's Clippers forward, former Saint and Sooner, Blake Griffin. Both teams will practice tomorrow. That's when we'll file another Thunder Report. Thanks for watching this edition of the Franchise Thunder Report. I'm David Garrett for 107.7 The Franchise.